You down? You down with AIP? Yeah, you know me. Anything is possible to create. The key on the mic. I'm the truth, no fantasy. Podcast flow, old school vibe guaranteed. AIP, every listener knows. Breaking barriers, smashing the foes. Convos deeper than a philosopher's prose. We planting seeds, watch how it grows. Jumped on the beat like a classic cassette. Late night talk, the vibe you won't forget. Dropping wisdom gems, the grind is set. Every story told, ain't no limits met. You open the mind, the world opens wide. On this podcast, real thoughts collide. From the cooks in the kitchen to the suits we chide. Dreams get bigger when the truth's supplied. Sip on success like it's poured in a mug. Real talk, no BS, no need for a shrug. In your ear like an anthem, snug as a hug. Tune in, feel the buzz, plug after plug. AIP, every listener knows. Breaking barriers, smashing the foes. Convos deeper than a philosopher's prose. We planting seeds, watch how it grows. AIP, every listener knows. Breaking barriers, smashing the foes. Convos deeper than a philosopher's prose. We planting seeds, watch how it grows. Watch how it grows. Watch how it grows. Watch how it grows. Watch how it grows.
Welcome everybody to AIP channel where anything is possible with another lunch conspiracy lunch with Ricky. Let me get the words right. I'm gonna mix them around. Appreciate y'all. I forget. There it goes. Rumble is working. Good. Second, I thought it wasn't working. Hey, James. Got James and Sweet in the chat on the YouTube so far, and Rumble is working. So that is the main thing. So I appreciate y'all popping out on another lunchtime. We're gonna we're gonna try to keep doing this each lunch and see how it goes, and we get if people like it, and then I'll keep doing it. And people don't like it, I'll stop doing it. You know, that's what it is. It is what it is. This crazy world we're living in right now. There's all kinds of stuff. Of course, we have the show tonight. We will go deep in depth on a lot of some of the subjects, even the subjects we touch on tonight, this morning or afternoon or whatever it is today. The subjects we touch on right now, we will probably go back over again this evening on the evening show, me and Dave, because Jamie and Whitney are vacationing down in Mexico. So they're living life good. So I understand, Jade. I won't lie. I woke up and came in here and staggered like a zombie up in here and got on my computer and started doing stuff and moving around and set it up real quick, which wasn't too bad because most of it's set up from before. Awesome. Thanks, James, for checking Rumble for me. Much appreciated. We'll dive right into it. I said we'll talk about some of this stuff tonight. This Tucker Carlson, I'm gonna have to listen to this whole thing because it sounds like there's a lot of stuff in it that'll some fire up in this interview to make us ask some questions. So I might have to listen to the whole thing today once I get off here and do some other stuff.
Does Mossad share all of its intelligence with us?
Oh, probably not, but they share a lot.
Really?
We don't share all of our intelligence with them, but we share a lot. It's a close alliance.
Do they spy domestically in the United States?
Oh, they probably do, and we do as well. And friends and allies spy on each other. And I assume all of our allies spy on us.
And that's okay with you?
You know what? One of the things about being a conservative is that you're not naive and utopian. You don't think humans are all part of the reason socialism doesn't work is the mantra from each according to his abilities to each according to his needs doesn't work. As a conservative, I assume people act in their rational self-interest.
So it's conservative to pay people to spy on you?
It's conservative to recognize that human beings act in their own self-interest, and every one of our friends spies on us. And I'm not.
Do you like it? That's my question. I'm not asking whether they have motive to do it. Of course they do. I understand that, and by the way, I'm not mad at them. And you're an American lawmaker, so I just want to know. Hold on, I want to know your attitude. Yeah. You said that your guiding principle, in fact, the only principle, the only criterion.
I said guiding, the overwhelming. I wouldn't say only.
Is it in America's interest? Is it in America's interest for Israel to spy on us, including on the president?
It is in America's interest to be closely allied with Israel because we get huge benefits for it. And you want to see the clearest.
But I just want to stop on the spying for a second. That it takes place, as you know, and including on the president of the United States and several precedents. And I just want to know if that's okay and why is it okay? Wouldn't an American lawmaker say to a client state, you're not allowed to spy on us? I'm sorry. I know why you want to. I'm not mad at you, but you're not allowed to.
Sure.
And I don't care for it. I don't want to be spied on by you. Is that, it's kind of weird not to say that, but you don't seem able to say that.
That's it. Sounds like it's some fire on that interview. Lawmakers are spying. We'll play this real quick and then I'll get to talking a little more. Get to hear my messed up voice right now.
If not stopped, Iran could produce a nuclear weapon in a very short time. It could be a year. It could be within a few months.
They have the wherewithal, the stored up, preserved knowledge to make a bomb very quickly. It's close. They're 6 months away from being about 90% of having the enriched uranium for an atom bomb. Iran is gearing up to produce 25 bombs, atomic bombs a year, 250 bombs in a decade. Ladies and gentlemen, time is running out.
Iran will be capable of producing alone, without importing anything, nuclear bombs within 3 to 5 years.
If not stopped.
I think people forget we have the internet. And it's like, come on now. Absolutely. What in the hell? You hear the same thing over, like, yeah. And so many people are knee-jerk reaction to these things. They're like, well, yeah, Iran's got to do, because Iran has this, we need to worry about that. Like, they just said it on the news. I've been saying it for freaking 30 years. 30 years they said the same damn thing. Like, in a few months, in 6 months, in a little short time, within a year, they will have a nuclear bomb. If they hadn't had it done in 30 damn years, I don't think they got there. Something's wrong. Yeah, it absolutely, James. It is fear mongering. It is, wanting to push an agenda, and Netanyahu's had a hard on to destroy Iran. I don't know what they, some Iranian kids picked on him when he was a kid, or what the fuck happened with him. But something happened that has such a hard on for wanting to do something to Iran. He's been wanting to, but he don't have he needs our backing to do it, because we are Israel's muscle. I got another video talking about, speaking of that they're using our stuff, maybe using our troops. Kind of Ted Cruz kind of admits it. That's what makes me point of this show here today, or just having fun, getting into a routine.
How many people live in Iran, by the way?
I don't know the population
at all.
No, I don't know the population.
You don't know the population of the country you seek to topple?
How many people live in Iran?
92 million.
Okay. Yeah,
How could you not know that?
I don't sit around memorizing population tables.
Well, it's kind of relevant because you're calling for the overthrow of the government.
Why is it relevant whether it's,
because,
it's 90 million or 80 million or 100 million? Why is that
because if
relevant?
you don't know anything about the country...
I didn't say I don't know anything about
Okay, what's the ethnic mix of Iran?
They are Persians and
What
predominantly Shia. Okay, this is cute.
It's not
okay.
even... You don't know anything about Iran. So
okay,
actually,
I am not the Tucker Carlson expert on Iran.
You're a senator who's calling for the overthrow of the government.
You're the one who
don't know anything about the country.
No, you don't know anything about the country. You're the one who claims they're not trying to murder Donald Trump. You're the
I'm
one
not saying that.
Who can't figure out if it was a good idea to kill General Soleimani, and you said it was bad.
You don't believe they're trying to murder Trump.
Yes, I do.
Because you're not calling for military strikes against them in retaliation. And if you really believe that...
We are carrying out military strikes today.
You said Israel was.
Right, with our help. I said we. Israel is leading them, but we're supporting them.
Well, you're breaking news here because the U.S. government last night denied, the National Security Council spokesman Alex Pfeiffer denied on behalf of Trump that we were acting on Israel's behalf in any offensive capacity.
No, we're not bombing them. Israel's bombing them.
You just said we were.
We are supporting Israel.
High stakes. You're a senator. If you're saying the United States government is at war with Iran right now, people are listening.
Okay.
He might let that slip out the bag right there. Makes you wonder, like, did he screw up? Did Ted Cruz mess up and let that slip? Yeah, I mean, I like a lot of these clips and a lot of these people, these, like I said, I like all of them. I don't listen to them every day. I don't listen to Tucker every day. Usually how I listen to them is like I catch clips and stuff like that and high points. I can't sit there and just listen to the whole show. What's up, Charlie? Thanks for coming over. Mr. Willie doing his radio show. I appreciate him sending people this way. I appreciate people coming this way. Listen to me ramble a little bit for a little lunchtime while you're trying to get a little snack in. You can listen to me ramble a little bit. It's like Jon Stewart here. Jon Stewart, I don't like all this. I don't need to watch clips really, but John kind of. I said I don't agree with Jon Stewart all the time, but that little clip there is gold. I'm gonna have to show Dave tonight. Well, you'll see that clip again tonight for sure, because Dave got to see that one. Yeah, I mean, it's just the same propaganda over and over again. I mean, they've been running the same script. Like here, this clip here from the clip starts in 1982. And it's like, people wake up. They're doing the same crap over and over again. Just rerunning the same shit.
If you take away the Soviet Union and its chief proxy, the PLO, international terrorism would collapse.
If you take out Saddam's regime, I guarantee you that it will have enormous positive reverberations on the region. Obviously, we like to see a regime change, at least I would, in Iran, just as I would like to see in Iraq. The question now is a practical question. What is the best place to proceed? It's not a question of whether Iraq's regime should be taken out, but when should it be taken out? It's not a question of whether you'd like to see a regime change in Iran, but how do it...
Are there any other nations that you would recommend that the United States launch preemptive attacks upon at this point?
The answer is categorically yes. The two nations that are vying, competing with each other, who will be the first to achieve nuclear weapons, is Iraq and Iran. But a third nation, by the way, is Libya as well. Libya is trying very rapidly to build an atomic bomb capability. So you have here now three nations. All stand together to stop Iran's march of conquest, subjugation, and terror.
Why is it when Netanyahu's there, both sides of the aisle stand up? Anything else, they both, one side's down, one side's standing, but Netanyahu. Huh. Interesting.
I know that no matter on which side of the aisle you sit, you stand with Israel.
Yeah, it's man, you're good. You're good. Yeah, it's crazy. It's already been a decade ago. Absolutely. They're just so gung ho and everything, and but this is about to for sure, man. Have a good day at work, and most likely for sure pray for peace because shit's about to get sideways. If we don't get it. It's later Iran's talking about closing the Strait of Hormuz, which, if you don't know, that's probably 30% of the global supply of oil actually goes through that little channel. And yeah, so they're already gearing up for oil prices to go shoot up. Yay! Our time for summer. Um, it's wild times right now, and it's wild to see so many right wing commentators are kind of taking are pulling away from Israel, and they're kind of trying to sit there and say like, "Hey, this is BS. This is not right." When there's need to be something going on. I mean, when you keep getting told the same story, it's kind of it's the boy who cried wolf, over and over again. They're gonna keep on and on, like, and eventually people ain't gonna believe him. He's been saying the same crap for 30 years. Just 6 weeks away or 6 months away, right around the corner. I mean, you say the same crap over and over again, and it never comes to fruition. It kind of makes you go, and it don't make sense. It don't make sense whatsoever. Um, I seen this clip here. I'm gonna play this one real quick with Tucker and Steve Bannon. It's crazy. It's a crazy moment in time right now.
You're not going to convince me that the Iranian people are my enemy. Again, we're going down this here. Here's who you're required to hate. It's Orwell, man. I'm a free man. You're not telling me who I have to hate. I'll decide who I like and don't like on the basis of my values and what I believe my interests are. I don't want to be involved in this at all. And I think most Americans don't. And it's only because
we're inexorably getting drawn into a war.
By a tiny minority of people. You know what I mean? I'm just like, it's all so fake. I'm not playing along. Just don't want my country to be further weakened or destroyed by another one of these wars. And boy, if you can't connect the dots after 25 years of this, you're either too dumb to participate in the conversation, or you're, like Mark Levin, just a liar who doesn't care.
That's wild. those two right there, you know, I never would have guessed seeing them stand up to what was going on. I mean, um, it is wild, absolutely wild. Which is good. I mean, we need to call out, you know, and we need to have people call out, and with people that have, you know, a platform to call out and the power to call these people out. Say, hey, look, this is BS. Look at this. Would it affect their careers and stuff? Would it affect the amount of people they have come watch their shows? It might. It might affect that. I mean, they might get the shaft on certain things and pushed because they're not following along and going with the flow and doing what they're supposed to do. And like, you're supposed to be, you know, and I'm sure they're thinking, well, they're supposed to be helping us sell this war, and this is what we need to do. And I mean, after so many years, I think more and more people are finally waking up and seeing the neocon, the global bankers side of this crap, seeing that how many people are getting hurt and over BS, over manufactured lies, manufactured events. Um, I'm still concerned about the Nimitz going over there and this fleet. Yeah, I think they're going to sink her. I really do. I can put it out on TikTok. It got like 5 views, of course, but it's funny how like you can post certain videos on platforms and you get a bunch of views, and then you turn around and you post something serious, and it sure enough gets just buried, absolutely buried. Um, it is wild, absolutely wild. We're about halfway in this. We'll see. I don't know if you know some of y'all. We turn around and if you've seen some of my shorts or stuff like that, let me get. Hang on, I'm trying to do stuff and brain. Still morning time to me. I hadn't fully woke up yet, but I'm here. Like I did a short that came out Monday. If you haven't seen it, and on conspiracy. Well, it's not a conspiracy. It really happened, I guess. Uh, but did you know? I'm gonna put some did you know on here. Did you know that in the Middle Ages, in the 18th century, Europeans consumed ground up Egyptian mummies called mumia, believing it had medicinal powers. They used it for ailments like epilepsy. I can't even say the word today. And bruises. It was sold by apothecaries and ingested and applied topically. The practice rooted in superstition about the mummification led to tomb raiding and even fake mummies. People were creating fake mummies to ground up, so they're just taking dead people and mummifying them and then grinding them up for people can ingest them. But that went into the 1800s or 1700s, not that far ago, which is crazy. And then and we wonder why we don't have a lot of missing mummies, and we can't find this links to past. Well, hell, a lot of them got ground up and snorted. I guess I don't know. Who knows what they're doing? Crazy. But yeah, if you haven't, you can check out them Did You Knows. It comes out every Monday. Lots of fun facts. Um, yeah, sweets. Just hit the face over the hand over the face there. It's crazy. Oh, Knights of the Storm is in the house. What's up? Appreciate you popping in on our little lunch little thing here. We've been talking about the Tucker Carlson Ted Cruz interview, and how Ted Cruz pretty much said that we're bombing Iran right now. So it's shit about to get sideways really, really fast. And we've been talking about how Netanyahu has been saying the same shit for 30 years. That in 6 months. Hey, I appreciate you. Come on and crash. I like seeing the crash. I appreciate everybody coming. Something I've been trying to just maybe start doing every day, or if people like it, I'll keep doing it. I said at the beginning. But yeah, we talked about Netanyahu freaking saying the same thing for 30 years about Iran going to have nuclear capability. They're 6 weeks away. They're 6 months away. And then you look at and that was in 95. That was in 2018, 2015. Like, come on, how many times you got to say the same crap over and over again until until people stop listening? Absolutely stop listening. It's time people woke up to the warmongering. It's time people woke up to all the BS. I just see that. I gotta share this. Ted Cruz just posted this 36 minutes ago. I gotta share this dumb shit. Ted Cruz mad because he got caught spilling the beans. What's the population of the Death Star? What the hell? Compare Iran to Darth Vader. Come on now. I agree with Sam Tripoli there. This is beyond fucking dumb. This is ridiculous. I'll bookmark that just for I can do something with that later. Come on now. Yeah, absolutely. We would known it for forever. I mean, it wouldn't. It's not like it's a hidden thing. And absolutely, they could, if they wanted a nuke, they could buy one. There's plenty on the black market, And like I said, it's just fear mongering. It's just a cover for. They wanted to be able to bomb them, and they did it. And USA has been. I think they've been kind of the middleman on trying to block it. That's when Trump came out back in April 11th saying they had 60 days. I think that was the window. That Israel was just, and we've said this a bunch of times too, and I'll say it again here for the ones that are listening and never heard me before. Like, it's not the people, it's the government. It's not Netanyahu and all the government officials and stuff. It's not the people. And you're looking at the people. The government is trying to. It's just they finally like, okay, we're going to do it. We're going to pull the trigger. Well, and you turn around and like, wait a minute. Trump's like, well, give me a few days. Give me 60 days, and I see what I can do. And 60 days lapse, and then they start bombing the hell out of them. Absolutely. We would have solid proof they had a nuclear device. They have to test them. They have to turn around. There'd be sites of where they're for the mining materials. I mean, everything. There's too much stuff there for them not to have to be able to do it. It's crazy. absolutely crazy. And like I said, it's just over and over again, the same crap over and over again. And now for whatever reason, the Iron Dome is failing and letting missiles in. Is it is that on purpose? Is it allowing this to come through so they can escalate the war? There's a good possibility. Because they've been gung ho so long. I mean, it didn't do anything. And I still think it's going to be. And I hate to think it. And that shit's been such a momentous piece of history in our naval fleet for so long. But I think they're gonna sink the Nimitz to false flag it. To make us want to have to get into this shit and force our hand to make us, we're already being part in the shadows, I guess you'd say, kind of based on what Ted Cruz said on Tucker. We're helping them. We're beside them, but they're the ones doing it, yeah. But if they sink something of ours or attack some of ours, then we're gonna have to retaliate. And it's and since they're about to get rid of the Nimitz, I talked about this yesterday on lunch show. I'm like, they're about to get rid of the Nimitz. It's been around for 50 years. Next year they were going to retire the Nimitz, so I guess retirement's going to be a boom. I could be wrong. I absolutely could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I absolutely hope to everything in the world that I'm wrong. But I could be right. Oh, interesting. They caught a college guy in space using parts of a smoke detector to make tiny reactors at a college project. Smoke detectors have a tiny amount of radioactive material in them. It was a school project he was working on. That's pretty cool. I had to look that up. Let me save that real quick. Because not, I'm going to forget. How do I word this? If I don't type it, put it in my little notes here on my computer, I ain't gonna remember it. Yeah, smoke detectors contain a tiny amount of radioactive material, typically americurium-241, about 0.29 micrograms, used to detect smoke by ionizing the air particles. Huh. That is interesting. Check it out. It's just slightly radioactive, no big deal. That's why it's chirping at you all the time. Boop, boop. Yeah, Nimitz. I think the Tic Tac UFO or UAP was that was a Nimitz. Yeah, Nimitz has had a lot of history of all kinds of stuff over the years, and I'm gonna have to. I need to text my dad. I think he was on the Nimitz back in the day. Yeah. I'm. I look stuff up. I right then. I really do. My curiosity gets to me. if I wasn't live, I sure enough would be digging. Like if I was listening to your show and Nights of the Storm, and I was listening to your show, and you put that out there, shoot, I'd have about 2-3 tabs open and going looking into stuff, and just how I am. My brain's wired that way. I gotta go and look and see for myself. Yeah, sweets. I still call them UFOs too. That UAP is just a just a way to mess with people. That's all it is. I mean, it has, I mean, I understand it. If you've had a negative, there's a lot of people have a negative thought on UFOs because they thought they were fake for so many years and they're BS, and so they were trying to make it, but still, unidentified aerial phenomena. I don't know. I like the UFO is unidentified flying object. If it's flying, it's unidentified. I don't know what the hell it is, and it's an object. There, it's a UFO. It's easy. It don't mean it has to come from outer space. It don't matter to anything. That's wild. Said I remember reading the college guy story from years back. He was swamped by a SWAT team over his project. They detected the communication from space. So if they can detect that from space from a high school project, they can do that for Iran and know exactly what they have and every other country they have. It's time for a new war. That's all. It's just time for another war, and they're gung ho. I mean, when you think about it, how many years? Let's go back. We'll go back 100. Well, I mean, 100 years. Last 150 years. How many years have we truly not been a part of some kind of conflict? And it's very few. There's very few in between. Because we kept rolling right into that one. We were in Korea, and then and then Vietnam, and then you had what was the Iranian conflict, and yeah, they're not going to hit us with nothing. They might hit Israel, and they are hitting Israel right now with missiles and stuff, but that still don't affect us. And we didn't strike first. They struck them. Preemptive. It's like, I think that's the part people forget. Like, yeah, I think the threat to this whole situation is, is China and North Korea going to side and back Iran. It's been always the concern. I remember hearing for years and years is, if something happens and we do have to attack Iran, then is Russia, China, and North Korea actually going to combat them? Then that's when it turns into a global. That's when World War III and all that happens. It's there's so many pieces on the table. It's not as simple as like, okay, we here and they're there. If we, something happens and we just take them out, no big deal. No, because you got allies, you got treaties, you got agreements of how people are going to do things. And if something happens, and they have vested interests, they might be, selling their oil to them. So that, and they are. I mean, Iran is selling oil to China, and North Korea, and so yeah, I did see India as well. I seen the thing about Pakistan. It's turning into a major thing. Yeah, and all the BRICS nations could possibly turn on us. Not that they will. I mean, and there's so many variables in this. Absolutely variables in this. And very good points. Very good points. Something to watch and something to be careful and like algorithm said earlier, make sure y'all praying because it's about to get bad. Make sure you got a little water. Make sure you got a little food. You don't have to be 100, major prepper. When you got a whole basement full of stuff. But I'd have some food for a few days, enough water for a few days, just in case something crazy goes sideways. What's up, hiker? Welcome to lunchtime. Yeah, it's James, that's absolutely true. It's all about people with money and power trading human lives for more money and power and all around the world. That's it. And they're certain people have a certain agenda about depopulation, and this is maybe one of them depopulation opportunities for them to hammer down on us, and that's so many gloom and doom. It is wild. It was wild. I had something over here to share real quick. Let me play this real clip right quick. I was going to save it for tonight, but I'm going to play it today. Don't forget the evening show at 8:30 Central Time tonight. Just a friendly reminder. We will be back live. Me and Dave will be live doing what we know how to do, having fun and telling it how it is.
What gave you the idea to do this?
I've had it for a long time. The first time I had it, you guys were after me. I said I had to focus. I was the hunted, and now I'm the hunter. It's a big difference. Big difference.
He was the hunted, now he's a hunter. Well, what is he? I wonder what he's thinking on that. But yeah, for sure, check out the show tonight. We're going to have a good one. We usually run about 4 hours, so yeah, it's going to be fun. And just being Dave, I'm sure we'll hit 4 hours tonight. So, and then we'll have the opportunity if you want to call in, kind of thing. If you want to put stuff in, I'm sure welcome. Right as I was saying, he popped up. Yeah. Call-ins are welcome. I'm glad to have some other people pop in with us. Especially since it's just me and Dave. I'll have the link in the description to get in tonight. So y'all be able to come on and pop in and say hi and make it a big show for sure. So yeah, I'm always open to having people on here and having more ideas because like I tell my students when I'm teaching, I don't know everything. I don't, and even the stuff I do know, sometimes it's good to hear a different point of view or different skew on things, and maybe it'll click better with people. So hearing different ideas, and even on the same subject, and even when they both agree, it's nice to hear. So um, communicating and people talking is truly the key for everybody for things to grow. And like I said yesterday, and I said on Algorithms live stream, don't get disheartened. You never know. You could reach the correct person that could take the information that you're trying to spread out and run with it and go wild. Um, it's just like when I said it was like the Billy Graham theory, uh, effective, or how would I would say that? I don't know. Some man preached to Billy Graham and led him to God. And then Billy Graham turned around and spread to millions. So we never know who that one man was that, maybe some people do. I don't. He's not common knowledge. But somebody opened that door and put the spread. And we can do the same things with this kind of information or and just talking in general. Absolutely. COVID did make it secluded, and I think that was their goal. That was to try to alienate everybody. I can't be around nobody. They might have the plague. I got to wear my mask so nobody knows what I look like. And I drove everybody crazy because I didn't do none of it. Um, I traveled. I went all over the country. Some places were better than the others. I went to Gatlinburg, Tennessee, and was cool until I went to the museum, and lady shot hand sanitizer on my hands, and I told her I didn't want none of it. And she's like, "You gotta take it." I'm like, "How I take no? There's no freaking rules here that say I gotta take some. You shoot some damn. I don't know what the hell is in that bottle." And she shot on my hands, and I wiped it on the walls. And she's about to blow a gasket. It's pretty funny. I was mad at the moment, but looking back, it was funny. But they wanted everybody to live in fear. That was their see if they could do it. They wanted to see if they could hit the whole nation, a whole world living in fear and huddle at home. And they saw there was a lot of people they could, and there's a lot of people that stood up and said, "No, F you. I'm doing what I'm doing." They didn't even want people going to parks and stuff, and that's how you get better. You didn't want to go to the gyms. They closed gyms down. If you're worried about health, but you're closing gyms, it was just all, yeah, absolutely. It's fear, and from the real masses, absolutely. The Bilderbergs and the Bohemian Grove bastards. All of them bastards get together and sitting there talk, and want to say this and that and decide stuff for us. We have nowhere near the same ethics or life values that they do whatsoever. Yeah, I imagine that was kind of hard being active duty. Yeah, I drove everybody crazy. I drove maybe at work. I didn't get the old jabberoo. I told my boss, I said, "This you're going to lose our whole crew if you make us if you mandatory. You just go ahead and put on our notice. The whole crew's gone." Had the president of the company come down there and talk to us and say, "Y'all need to be when y'all have your huddle ups, y'all need to be talking about vaccines." And I was like, "We do." I said, "But you ain't gonna want to know how we talk about it." And he just got quiet and back to like and seeing a 6'8" big old 280-pound man just kind of curl up and like, and he left. Like, yeah, get out of here. We're not sitting here. We're saying we're not going to get it. And the only thing that saved me was one of the owners of the company said no, he wasn't doing it either. That's the only thing that saved me. That's good. That's good. You made it through. You know, it was difficult. You know, and the same ones are. It very well could. I do think I said when the whole Trump, we said it on the live stream. We're talking with conspiracy on shows. You know, things were going to get worse before they got better because it was so crazy and everything. And things have gotten better, but it's just we keep on seeing these little things pop up and go, boom, what the hell was that? Boom, what the hell was that? And now we got this going on. Things could go sideways for a little bit. So I was going to say, make sure you got your little food and a little water if you can. But I don't believe in living in fear. If you're going to go on vacation, go enjoy the vacation. And for sure, because and remember, you only got so little time here. You know, you planning on a vacation forever, you know, and like, I'll put it off, you know. And it never happens. Something's always going to be there. So take the time. Spend that time with family, you know. It's important. It's important because you never know what happens tomorrow. And and I know I'm kind of on a soapbox right now, but I do believe that, you know. I do believe we need to absolutely, I agree there. Fear is a weapon. We can dominate the crap by placing trust in God, you know, and just stop buying into the fear. Stop buying into the fear. When more people wake up and realize that that's all that they're pushing is fear mongering and stuff, you know, and they're changing. They just go down the line like, okay, this is who you're supposed to be bad at right now, you know. When then they had the Black Lives Matters protests, oh, this is who you're supposed to be mad at now, and then the gay agenda stuff protests, oh, this is who we're supposed to be mad about, and now you turn around and now the illegal immigrants protests, and this is who you're supposed to be mad about. Like, it's just they're just switching it up just to keep us on the ball and keep us like, okay, this is who we're supposed to be mad at. And what that clip just a little bit ago with Tucker, you know, I'm a grown man. I don't have to tell who I want to how I want to play that game. You know, I don't want that to tell me who I'm supposed to hate. I absolutely agree with that. Where's that? Where's Tucker? Here it is. You know, you not tell me who am I supposed to hate because you hate them. You know, I've had people like that. It's like, have you had a friend mad at another friend? Like you had a mutual friend, and like, well, you're supposed to be mad at them because I'm mad at them. And if you turn around and you start being mad at them, then the other friend is cool with that person again. And now they're both mad at you because you're mad. And wait a minute. I wasn't originally mad at this person. I was dead because this person told me I should be mad at them. But now they're buddy again. And the same thing with politics. You know, don't look into what they're saying. Don't deep dive and actually fact check and look at multiple fact check.
You're not going to convince me that the Iranian people are my enemy. Again, we're going down this here. Here's who you're required to hate. It's Orwell, man. You're not, I'm a free man. You're not telling me who I have to hate. I'll decide who I like and don't like on the basis of my values and what I believe my interests are. I don't want to be involved in this at all. And I think most Americans don't. And it's only because
we're inexorably getting drawn into a war.
By a tiny minority of people. You know what I mean? I'm just like, it's all so fake. I'm not playing along. I just don't want my country to be further weakened or destroyed by another one of these wars. And boy, if you can't connect the dots after 25 years of this, you're either too dumb to participate in the conversation, or you're, like Mark Levin, just a liar who doesn't care. You're not going to convince me that the Iranian
right on
people...
time. Come on, stop it. Sorry about that. I had to go blow my nose. Being honest, this sinuses had filled my whole head full of sinus drainage. I hate this. Well, I talk a little funny right now, and but I appreciate y'all for popping in here. Let me stop sharing this. I appreciate y'all from popping in here today. I got to get. I try to do a Substack and everything else for the night show, so I got to get all that stuff together and eat me some lunch. But I appreciate y'all popping in here. Like I said, if y'all seem to like to do this, and everybody seems positive on it, I'll keep popping in here on lunch shows and keep on keeping on. I will be, so please come on the show tonight. We're going to have a big show. Yes, sir. I appreciate you. I'm glad you're able to catch it. Always, your insight is always appreciated for sure. And if you happen to be up tonight and want to pop in and talk tonight, please come on up on the show, and we would love to have you. It's 8:30 Central Time. We will be going live. We're going to have some fun with me and Dave. And if somebody else wants to pop in, we'll, like I said, I'll have the link in the description so you can click it. If not, we'll figure it out. I'll send it through the chat, and we'll figure it out. We'll get it right so you can get on here and talk with everybody. And for ones listening, make sure you like and subscribe. Hit the little notification bell there, and for you can keep on seeing. You'll see more and more pop-ups, especially once I get the new podcast studio going and finish. Once I get this sinuses done, I'll be back over there getting it knocked out. I got a call again tomorrow for the internet, so hopefully that'll be done, and I'll have fiber over there. Sounds good. If you can, if you can't, I understand too. Y'all check out Nights of the Storm there. Check out his channel there on Rumble. Does a great show. Appreciate you. I'm pretty sure appreciate. Love your show too. And I hope to see y'all tonight. And as always, y'all keep on keeping on. And the peace and chicken grease. Y'all be good. And I'll see y'all in about 7.5 hours. Take care.